This is quite probably the easiest style of fly fishing you'll ever do. Nymph on Tenkara.
Oh baby, I love your magic. It's so incredibly beautiful. And wild like an animal.
This is a Tenkara rod. This is a 13-foot rod, fixed line attached. This is a furled leader. It's a modern variant of an old Japanese style of fly fishing, which is essentially a long pole with a string attached. Okay, you still use it very much like a fly rod, except it's fixed line, there's no reel, you have to fight the fish off the end of the pole. So it is quite technical in that aspect, but you don't have to worry about your line, mending, any of that sort of stuff. So if you're new to fly fishing, haven't caught a trout before, want to try something a little bit simple to ease your way into there, or you are a dedicated fly fisherman and you just want to try something different, kind of like what I do, then yeah, this is the way to go. I'm going to fish a nymph off this. Normally you fish a dry, but in this case we're going to be a nymphing. It's winter, fish aren't feeding off the top, so let's go the nymph. Really simple to set up. Take the cap off, unfurl your line. I've just got some little line keepers on here, or hook keepers, whatever you want to call them. That keeps my line all under control. And then being a telescopic rod, man, you can carry this in your back pocket almost. There you go, 13-foot rod. Let's go get some trout. Now, being such a tiny little stream, I'm gonna go for a tiny, you probably can't even see that, size 18 nymph. Make sure you always take your line clippings with you guys, don't leave them on the bank. Always put them away in your bag. You know what plastic's like. This is a 5-turn surgeon's knot. Really easy way of connecting leaders together. This is where if your eyes are failing you, it's particularly difficult. However, mine aren't quite failing me yet, but I'll just tie this on. I'm just going to use a blood knot or a clinch, whatever you want to call it.
Someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away, tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pose when you talk, I think I said enough. You said you love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car. Let me see who you are, who you really are. Don't need you here to say you're sorry.
The beauty of this style of fishing is it's so simple. You don't need to worry about your line. You keep as much line off the surface as possible, and you can really work every little pocket. And this is ideal water for it.
Let's be honest for a second. Yeah, you're being over your head, babe. 'Cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel the way you feel when I hold you. I think I said enough. You said you love me.
So with Tenkara, opposed to normal fly fishing, it's very slow casts. You wait for it to pull on the back cast, and then you bring it forwards. But it's a lot slower. Oh shit! Oh! But it's a lot slower than fly fishing because you've got such a long rod. You need to allow for the rod to load back before you fire it forwards. And all I'm doing, I've got a little bit of yellow line on the end of my leader, and that's pretty much my indicator. If I see that move or twitch, I know I've got a fish on. It's all very visual. The light's a little bit down at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to spot the fish. But I'm just relying on keeping an eye on my line and or feeling a tug. The idea is to have as little line on the water as possible, and that way you get a really good drag-free drift. Yep. Fish on. Hey, you're right. Trout. No worries, cheers buddy. There we go, beautiful little trout. All right, see you later fish. All right, so we've got one fish on board so far on the Tenkara with the nymph. Okay, we're gonna keep plugging up here, work a few more pulls, a few more riffles, focusing on the bubble lines and so on. But this little tool works so well because you've got so much control over the line. So where you've got area that's really pockety, small water, you know, it's tight casting, as long as you've got overhead casting, like we do, these rods are great. Hey, there's a good fish in this pool. He came down before and I just stayed completely still. I've lost track of him now. I'm just going to kind of crawl up along this beautifully muddy bank and try and get into a position where I can actually see him. At the moment, I don't know where he is. I don't want to move too much, just in case he comes down and sees me. How cool is that fish? So yeah, look, Tenkara is a very effective way of finding fish. I have used it quite a lot over the years, particularly in this sort of water, small water, riffles, pockets. So you can generally find quite a few smaller trout sitting in there. So when I'm targeting small fish, I do like to pack the Tenkara rod, either that or my zero weight, and just work all those little pockets. And yeah, you find on the right day, not today, but on the right day, you can catch a ton of fish. Today, I only caught the one, saw a couple of others, spooked one, and that was it. It's been pretty quiet. So I actually think some lure fishermen may have got the jump on me and sort of got up there and caught or spooked all the fish. So that happens, can't complain, but look, it's a nice day out. I'm happy with that fish. If you stuck around, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Laters.